Alright guys, what's going on? Doug Smith here. Part 2, I guess. If you guys had watched the previous video about dethatching, for the sake of, I'm just doing a small section, a little bit here and there, and over in the corner, just to kind of test out the products. So what I'm going to do here is in these areas, I'm just going to go ahead and overseed. A little bit here I'm going to overseed. Spots like this, and over here in the corner I'm going to use patchmaster. So I'm going to try to hurry up because it's actually starting to rain right now. But here's the grass seed I'm using, and I'm going to overseed with this. And just like any grass seed, you want to keep the grass seed wet. You want to keep it moist. This has bluegrass in it, so if you get this same blend, make sure that you keep watering for at least 30 days or until you see the bluegrass start to come up. Otherwise, you won't get half of the seeds. So we'll go ahead and do that. I got rain coming, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw this down. Okay, so I already just opened this up and I threw a little bit in here. Not a whole lot, but we don't really need a whole lot. But this is the blue seed, and it just has a coating on it that helps it keep water, keep everything good. Just go ahead and lay her down. It really doesn't take a whole lot. And if anything, this is kind of just to see how we can do with this grass seed. If this is a good idea, I don't want to lay the whole entire yard down, find out that this is not the best time of the year. As I already said in the previous video, it's really not the best time of the year, but we're going to do it anyway. So, while the rain starts stirring up, I'm gonna go ahead and finish seeding so I don't get my phone too wet, and I'll see you guys after a week or so when this all starts to pop up. So stay tuned. Alright, now one thing I did want to point out with laying your grass seed down, the key to it is to make sure that you're watering it consistently. Now nature is your friend, so like being today that it's raining, depending how much it rains, I'm gonna let it probably sit on its own. If I water it, no harm done. But you don't want your grass seed to wash out. And then on top of that, you want to make sure that you have that seed to dirt contact. That's why, and if you didn't watch the previous video, we just did a quick dethatch of the area with the garden rake and a regular leaf rake. So that's going to allow the seed to hit the dirt and then allow it to, put its roots down. I am going to lightly kind of rake the seed in, and we're going to see how that area grows. So, along with that, you want to make sure that if you have like a really hot day, you don't want to miss any watering. Essentially, if the seed gets dry, then it dies. It doesn't germinate. It won't germinate later on. Now, I do have a wondering idea, because some of this is perennial, like the bluegrass. If it doesn't germinate in the 30 days, I wonder if it'll come up after the fall. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I did, like with my yellow flowers you see in the back over there, they were all perennials and they didn't come up for anything last year. They did germinate those, so I guess that's a difference. But something I guess to see. I could try it out in maybe like a little small, like a 2-inch little flower pot, to see if that would work. But I think I'm gonna leave that to the Mythbusters, the people that really have the time. I'm just trying to get this yard straight. So if you are laying grass seed and you want to get the best results, I'm by far cutting corners. You would do real good if you aerated and had like a power rake or a dethatching blade on a mower or something of that effect to really make sure you get everything, and that usually helps loosen the dirt up even more. I'm just trying to rush and beat the rain, so and it's already raining, so we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna just go ahead and rake it in a little bit, and then if I can, I'm gonna try to get this patchmaster on the corner just to try that product out. This whole video isn't like an entire yard overseeding. I just wanted to show you some spots and what we can look forward to as the fall comes, because probably around end of July, early August, I'm gonna go ahead and dethatch with a thatching blade on the mower. I'm gonna go ahead and order a Arnold blade that has the springs on it that dethatch, and when I do that, then I'm gonna go ahead and overseed the entire lawn with this grass mix. You know, there's a ton of stuff online about it. This is the grass mix itself. So I mean, it's typical grass seed. It's more on the upper side just because it's got bluegrass in it, and it's usually more expensive. This is the heat tolerant blue mix. So I'm thinking maybe being summer coming around, it should be tolerant. It should be able to. It's got to germinate first. It's got to get some roots, and it has to harden off for it to really handle the weather. But you know, we'll see how everything goes. Again, if you're laying grass seed, make sure you keep up on the watering. Usually when you lay grass seed, it's really good to put a starter fertilizer down. Scott's has some. Ringer has a lawn restore that has a great fertilizer. You can use Milorganite. There's a various amount of different things out there. I just recommend go on YouTube and do a video search and see, you know, what fertilizers are out there. Some people have their own preferences, people that have been doing this for way longer than I have. You know, and they have a little bit more patience to read through all the details of the chemicals and all that. Not to say that I don't, but I'm trying to just do this as simple as possible. You know, anybody can hire a lawn crew. Anybody can go and get, you know, they can go to their local big box store and rent an aerator. They can rent a power rake. So I'm trying to kind of go about this a different way. I'm willing to buy the blade, but I'm trying to do it myself with my own equipment, and showing that it's possible to do this without having to, you know, spend 70, 80, 90 bucks a month. Or I really don't know what the rates are, but I do know that they're not cheap to have someone come out. And a lot of times the results I've already gotten with my yard seem like they're better than when I drive by somebody who has a professional lawn care spraying their yard, and I see them year after year treating this yard, and it just doesn't seem like it's getting the job done. So you know, this is just my experience, and I still have to do a soil test. So I recommend, you know, if you haven't and you're going to get into this whole yard lawn care stuff, I would recommend getting a soil test kit. You could either I believe take a soil sample and send it out. There's some companies that do that, or you can go to one of the big box stores and you can buy a little test kit very similar to what you would use for a pool to check your pH and, you know, chlorine and whatever. Different things you're measuring in the soil, but same principle. You know, you get in, I believe you get like a sample of dirt and you shake it up in a solution, you add certain drops, whatever color it turns, and you know what you need to add or what you have too much of, and that'll give you an idea where your yard stands. But I mean, there's a lot of different options there, and this is just one way that I'm going about it. So I'm going to go ahead and test this out. And man, I'm thinking I might have to do this this patchmaster video tomorrow or later today. It's really starting to come down. So from here, like I said, I'm gonna try to lightly rake that in so it doesn't wash out, and I guess I will be in the lab doing some editing. So not a bad Sunday. We had a cookout yesterday and we had a nice setup. I think we had a table and chairs, had music. It was a nice turnout. Definitely across the street, I don't know if you can tell, I cut, you know, all around the other side, and I tried to clean it up a little bit because we had people coming over, and I didn't really think about it till the day before, like, oh no, where's everyone gonna park? And I was definitely not about to let people park on the grass. If you're into it the way I am, that is like a cardinal sin at this point. So yeah, everything's coming along. Still have a little bit of clover. I'm hoping that it'll finish dying off. It's possible that it won't, but I still have some of the Ortho product. I might be doing a second application coming up soon. Well, actually, I already did a second one, mainly because I put it down, and then surprise, we had rain almost immediately after I put it down. So it took some effect, but nothing, you know, enough to do what I was, you know, shooting for. So if this video has helped you out in any way, or you would like to see the results I get with this grass seed, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notified of every new video. And any questions or comments you guys, you know, would like to ask or tell me, maybe nudge me in the right direction if I'm doing something wrong, just go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. I get it right on my phone. I check them every morning, every afternoon. So don't be a stranger. And stay tuned for the next video to see the results on this grass seed, and for future videos where I'm going to go ahead and use the patchmaster. But like as I said, at this point I can't do that yet. So maybe in about a week we'll have that video. All right, so we'll see you guys on the next one.